Welcome back to the Auto Insider, where you come to find out what's new, what's hot, and what's not in the automotive industry. This week, we're reviewing the 2023 Dodge Hornet GT. Dodge says this is the quickest, fastest, most powerful compact utility vehicle under $30,000. Dodge didn't put this Hornet out to strictly be a performance CUV. They also wanted to have space and maybe something that a small family could grow into. And they've done that. It's good headroom, good leg room, back seat has good room, and the dashboard here is set up something like a family. There's places here to store your extra phones, extra things you need. You have good storage here, not a lot, but it's decent. Cup holders fit standard size cups. You have all of your controls here on your steering wheel, and you even have dynamic radar cruise control. So this should be a pretty decent vehicle for a road trip. But I want to show you here on this acceleration. When I hit this gas, it feels like someone is in the back hitting me every time it shifts gears. So it's not some rocket ship, but it is relatively impressive, especially for a compact SUV. Now, inside, even though there's not a lot of fluff in here, it is a really nice design, a nice setup, and it's quite impressive. I like this leather along the dash, and this contrasting red stitching gives you a real sporty feel to it. So, the appearance of this vehicle really stands up to all the hype from the press release. The performance is there as well. I have to remind myself that this is a compact crossover, and it is a 4-cylinder engine. But just know you're not losing anything if you choose this Hornet as your performance crossover. So let's take these curves, this short wheelbase, and the stiffer steering really makes a difference in sport mode for performance crossovers. There's a lane for this vehicle, and this Hornet does a really good job staying in it. One of the benefits of this Hornet is it gives you a good sight line here. It sits up just high enough to see over some of the sedans ahead of you, but not so high that you feel uncomfortable when you start testing out the performance prowess. So as you can tell, the LED backlit here on the instrument cluster makes everything simple and easy to read. Everything is laid out. There's no looking and guessing around for anything. All of your controls here on the steering wheel, stuff to control your dynamic radar cruise control, answer your phone, turn your volume up and down, and of course, the sport button. I've seen larger infotainment screens, but as you can tell, this is large enough. Everything is legible. I'm not missing anything on this screen. Also, you have touchscreen controls that are easy to get to and to navigate through. I would like to have seen switches and controls here for my radio channels and my volume control, but I think all manufacturers are going away from that, so we're gonna have to get used to the touchscreen. I do, though, like the fact that all of your heating and AC controls are here, legible, easy to read, and set up in a way that is almost second nature. You have dual climate controls, so both front seat passengers can control their own climate and be comfortable. So you have your push button start right down here, and the ability to turn off the on and off stop feature. I also like the fact that the gear selector is traditional. No knobs, no moving side to side to find your gears. It's just park and drive and go. I would have thought we'd have had paddle shifters, but maybe that's too much for a Hornet GT. And even though there's only one view on the backup camera, it's a really clear visual, so it makes it easy to distinguish anything that's in the driveway. Also, these lines do a really good job of guiding you to a proper parking space. There are also parking sensors that'll let you know if you've gotten too close. So while this may not be the largest second row I've ever been in, there's good leg room and great headroom. You have armrests here, cup holders, and a pass-through for things that you might need to go in the hatch. You have an AC vent back here for your backseat passengers, plus a USB-C and a USB-A fast charger. So even though everything that Dodge says about this Hornet that I can find in print talks about it being a muscle CUV, but when you're talking about a CUV, crossover utility vehicle, it must still have some utility. So let's check out the cargo area in here, because let's face it, you're not going to be just going 0 to 60 all the time. Sometimes you're going 0 to the grocery store. And right off this bat, I love a cargo cover, and it's here and it's removable. Here below the floor, you have space for your pump because it doesn't have a spare tire. It appears though that you can get an option of a spare tire based on the setup here under the floorboard. But I'm sure without the spare tire, it makes it lighter, perform better, and probably gets a little better fuel economy. You have a 60/40 folded second row, so it expands your cargo capacity. Now, nowhere is it a family vehicle, but it'd be great for going off to college. And with an under $30,000 price tag, not a bad choice. Well, that's all the time we have today on the Auto Insider. But for more what's new, what's hot, and what's not, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, then download the SoundCloud app and listen to all of our reviews in their entirety. This 2023 Dodge Hornet. Is it hot or is it not? This GT badge, those real working functional hood vents, the blacked out wheels, and then that really sleek rear design makes this vehicle very, very warm. The acceleration, I'm impressed. And the space, you can even double it as a family vehicle. So if you're looking for a compact SUV and you want one that really can perform, this Hornet should be high on your list. Until next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the Auto Insider.